I'd just like to preface this video by saying that this is just my opinion. Like, this is my uneducated, my dumb opinion. But being part of something where comparing oneself to someone else happens quite frequently, I feel like I have something worthwhile to say. Let's get into it. Welcome back to another episode, and today I wanted to weigh in on a subject that has been going on since the dawn of time. It's just like climate change, it just never goes away, and that is body positivity and self-image, basically. On the menu today for today's workout is bench press, some flat bench, some bench dips, and some good mornings. You should always remember to get your warm-up set in. I say this all the time because it's always true. I'll try to keep an eye on the mic, make sure it doesn't keep flipping over. So just a bit of background, I've never really suffered with body image issues. Maybe when I was younger, there was a phase where I was completely obsessed with body hair, and I was just so obsessed with the fact that I was so much less hairy than everyone else. And then after that, I was obsessed with not being as tall as everyone else, especially when after everyone else got a growth spurt. I guess I'm fortunate to have never really suffered any real body image issues. And if you are one of those people who do, then I just want you guys to listen to what I have to say, because I feel like the discourse around body positivity and body image has been sort of misguided. The reason why I want to bring up body positivity is because recently there was an article written by Tanya Gold, I think it was the Evening Standard or the Guardian, and she wrote about how Nike have recently introduced plus size mannequins into some of their shops. She just wasn't keen on the fact they were using plus size mannequins in the Nike stores. You up in boom boom bosh, boom boom, tell me I'm the only one that you know. Basically, she says that it's wrong, you shouldn't. Being fat is unhealthy. Of course it is. Like, I'm not gonna, it's kind of weird that we live in an age where it's wrong to denounce something that's objectively unhealthy. Like, being severely overweight has been proven to be linked with many, many diseases. I'm not disputing that. The problem is that the discourse, the way that people frame the whole body image, the whole body positivity issue is that it's all centered around aesthetics. It's all centered around how you look. The whole emphasis, one's self-worth is all based upon one's appearance, and that is all wrong. That is the problem, guys. Let me tell you, there are people who look magazine worthy, who are absolutely huge, absolutely shredded, and they're not happy with how they look. They're not happy with themselves. Tell me I'm the only one that you know. Life could be. It's just such a superficial, weak foundation to base your self-worth on, And that is where I think the whole body positivity, self-acceptance sort of movement gets it all wrong. You shouldn't be deriving your self-worth from just your looks. Your appearance has no inherent value. There's nothing inherently valuable, there's nothing inherently meaningful about the way you look. You just have good genetics, but you didn't do anything for it. You didn't work hard for it. I can say from first-hand experience that looking good does not make you happier. I have a real issue with how the body positive movement tries to go about solving the issue. They say, just love yourself, just accept yourself, just accept the way that you look, be happy with how you look. But using your looks to find self-acceptance, to find self-importance, to find self-value, self-esteem, it just doesn't work. And it goes without saying, that method, that the whole just telling someone just to be happy about how they look, doesn't work. If that were the case, then if it really did work, why do people still get their face changed? Why do people still get cosmetic surgeries? Why do people do things to alter their bodies through unnatural means? Why do people still hate the way they look? It's because their source of self-worth is weak. Your appearance is a weak source of self-esteem. Now what I'm proposing is that you need to derive your self-worth from something else, something that has real meaning, something that you have to work for, something that actually has real meaning. I don't know, helping people, anything, something that serves a greater purpose, something that is hard to achieve, something that involves trial and error, that involves learning, that involves a long drawn out process of hardship, and you know, that involves a bit of suffering. For a lot of people, myself included, we find that in strength training, in resistance training, in bodybuilding, in powerlifting. Our self-worth is not tied up in our looks. It's not that important anymore. Honestly, even if I were to compare myself to someone who is bigger, stronger, I'm not too fast, because I know the work that I've put into my lifting, my 9 years of lifting, mean a lot to me. Like they do count for something. My self-worth derives from my hard work. The fact that I've dedicated myself to constantly learning, to constantly improving, to have an open mind and accept that I don't know everything, and to constantly learn and improve, and to fight through plateaus, and to constantly seek progression. You know, literally physically moving hard weight day in, day out. You know, constantly putting in the work, year after year. You know, seeing minimal incremental growth, incremental progress at a time. That is rewarding, and that processes that involve a lot of hard work, processes that involve a long journey, constant learning and improvement, essentially suffering. That's where, you know, self-fulfillment comes from. All right, let's get another set.
Dream, sweetheart. Life could be a dream, and I think down plans would come true. And I think down my whole life loving you. Life could be a dream, sweetheart.
Now, on the other hand, Tanya Gold, like, I have an issue with that, with what you said, demonizing fat people for being fat. And you know, I agree with you in that, you know, it's not healthy. We shouldn't be celebrating that. We really shouldn't be celebrating unhealthy, you know, levels of obesity. Clearly Nike put in those mannequins in their shops to encourage, you know, overweight people to start exercising and start improving their lives, improving their health. And that is the message that you should have concentrated on. It's like making fun of a fat person for going to the gym whilst they're at the gym, you know? Like, they're actually trying to improve their lives, and that's what they're trying to do. They're not, you know, we should be encouraging overweight people to get into the gym, to lead a health life, to do some sort of activity that helps them get healthier, to help them get to a healthier weight. You know, my biggest gripe, as I said before, with the body positive movement is that, you know, basically their solution is just to repeat to yourself, you know, you're good enough, you are beautiful enough, you are all right as you are. It's like telling, you know, a depressed person, just cheer up, like, you're fine, just cheer up.
Yeah.
They think that suddenly that will flip a switch in their head and be like, oh, actually, yeah, I am fine, I am. But like, no, it doesn't work like that. People with high self-esteem, it comes from somewhere. It comes from somewhere meaningful. It comes from experiences that actually prove to them that they are worthy. Alright, so I just want to finish off the video here just because the gym was getting way too loud. To sort of summarize my views on the whole body positivity movement is that we need to stop celebrating obesity, we need to stop celebrating people who are morbidly obese, you know, we need to stop saying that that's okay. Like, it's not, it's inherently unhealthy, okay? But at the same time, we shouldn't be demonizing these people. We shouldn't, because when you say like these people are wrong just based on being overweight, we should be encouraging people to then take up a more active and more healthy lifestyle, because you can be unhealthy both in peak condition, in like unbelievably ripped. You can still be really unhealthy, you know, looking like this. When you stop focusing on looks and just focus on lifestyle, what, you know, are you actually leading a healthy lifestyle? Because, you know, you can be slightly overweight and still be very, very healthy. You know, you've got professional athletes, rugby players, strong men. The conversation needs to be redirected away from aesthetics. Because for one, if you're just telling someone who's overweight that they are fine, Their self-esteem is just not going to suddenly appear out of nowhere just because you said that they are perfectly fine the way they are. The self-esteem has to come from somewhere, and that somewhere generally happens from doing something that's worthwhile, something that actually tests you, something that forces you to learn, forces you to tackle challenges, something that involves suffering in some sort of form, a process that involves suffering in order to attain something that improves your life, something that improves you. That self-esteem has come intrinsically. There's so many ways to get that. Some people do that through business, some people do that through helping other people, some people, there's a multitude of ways. I don't need to tell you that. And to those people who do suffer from body issues or body image issues, find some sort of activity that has progression, something that you have to constantly work at in order to progress. And the solution to the whole body image issue is not to focus on looks, but it's to focus on your lifestyle, to focus on finding an avenue where you find progression, because it is from tackling adversity, from trial and error, just suffering a lot, that you do then find self-value. I'm sick and tired of the discourse, the way that people talk about body positivity. It's just, they just say things like, oh, just love yourself, you're perfect the way you are. They're just words they mean nothing. They won't do anything. They're not going to suddenly change someone's mind that they are suddenly worthy. That person needs to find that self-worth and value from somewhere. They need to do something. They need to do something in order for that self-worth to come from within. As I said before, it's like trying to cure someone's depression by just saying, cheer up, you're fine. Do you understand? That's all I have to say, guys. I'm not saying that what I've just said will solve people's body image issues. Absolutely not. I think the discourse, the way that we view this issue of self-image, is completely misguided. True self-worth does not come from looks. I can say with a great deal of certainty that looking good won't make you feel better. I've shredded down, I've leaned down and got to this sort of level and achieved what some would say is looks really, really good. But I can tell you that once I got to that stage, once I hit that goal, it wasn't that satisfying. Sure, at the time it was, for a few weeks it was I'm so glad I've actually hit my target. But for me, the real satisfaction when I look back on it, it's not the way I look, but rather was the process that took place before that. The dedication, the self-discipline, the great deal of learning that was involved, the great deal of trial and error, the sacrifice, the discipline. I'm not saying that exercise will solve all your problems, but if you do suffer from self-esteem issues, related to the way you look, you need to find avenues, you need to find things that give you purpose, that give you direction, that isn't based on your looks, because looks are fleeting, looks have no inherent value. It's just something that I've really wanted to say for many, many years, just because, and I've struggled to articulate it because it's such a sensitive, such a complex issue for many people. Like the video, share it with your mum, your dad, subscribe if you haven't already, follow me on Instagram at Zain Fit, follow me on Firework as well at Zain Fit. Keep learning, keep lifting, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace. I should really write script to this.